I still remember the exact second the last thread snapped inside me. I was alone in my truck, engine off to save gas, snow burying the windshield like a white shroud being pulled over a corpse. 9 hours on that frozen highway, and the only thing keeping me from screaming was the knowledge my kids were waiting. I dialed the one number I thought would answer. "Mom, can you get the boys from school? I'm completely stuck." A long exhale, like I'd asked her to move mountains. "I'm in the middle of something important. Your sister's cat is at the vet for a checkup. Just get an Uber." I paid $370 that night. My boys, terrified, one in tears, rode home with a stranger while their grandmother chose a pet appointment over them. That was the night I erased them from every safety net I'd ever built. 3 years later, my phone buzzed at the station during a quiet shift. "Mom, your father collapsed. Heart attack. Come now." No, "How are you?" No mention of my children. Just another emergency drop, expecting me to rush in like always. I typed back 4 words. "My name is Ethan Harper. I am 41. Then I set the phone face down and stared at the snow falling outside the window. Soft, relentless, the same way it fell the night everything changed. Growing up, our house in the foothills looked perfect from a curb. Neat lawn, holiday wreaths, the illusion of balance. Inside, it was a hierarchy disguised as love. Dad, quiet, calloused hands from years repairing city water lines, fixed what was broken without fanfare. Mom ran the emotional budget. Whoever cried loudest got the biggest share. My younger sister, Lila, was the priority investment. I was the backup generator. Reliable, invisible until needed. I remember being 8, Christmas morning. I unwrapped a pair of gloves, practical, plain, and a dog-eared adventure novel Mom said seemed like my thing. Lila tore into a professional keyboard with stand, pedals, the works. Dad's gaze slid to me for a heartbeat, guilty, then away. Mom beamed. "She's gifted, Ethan. She needs tools to shine." I folded the gloves neatly and thought. So I'm just here. Middle school, I brought home straight A's. Mom was on a call, planning Lila's theater tryouts. I waited. She glanced over. "Nice job. Stick it on the fridge." It stayed in my backpack. A week later, Lila didn't make the cast. Mom drove her to the boutique for new clothes to lift her spirits. My report card gathered dust in a drawer. By 16, I understood the rules. When Dad's work van died and he needed a ride at dawn, Mom turned to me. "You'll take the city bus, right?" "Why not, Lila? She has voice lessons. Don't make this difficult." Difficult. That word became the family motto. Keep the peace by letting one person win. Only my grandfather Elias, Dad's father, ever named it. We'd sit in his old pickup, coffee steam between us. After one particularly sharp argument about Lila's new laptop versus my broken one, he said quietly, "Your mother's heart has room, but it's got a lock on one door. Don't spend your life knocking." He was the first person who made me feel seen instead of used. I became a firefighter because I needed to run towards something instead of away. The job taught me, chaos doesn't care about feelings. It cares about preparation, boundaries, consequences. I married Sarah at 31. Calm, unflinching, allergic to guilt. My family called her distant the moment she refused to play along. We have 2 sons, Caleb, 10, and Noah, 8. They still hug with their whole bodies. When they were little, Mom posted perfect grandma photos. Actual help? Rare. Symbolic. Lila drifted, jobs, boyfriends, breakdowns. Moved home twice. Mom's life revolved around catching her falls. I became the ATM with a pulse. It started quietly. Add us to your phone plan. Just temporary, $200 a month. Then car repairs for Lila, $700. Then $1,100 more. Insurance gaps. Rent shortfalls. Family steps up. Sarah watched the transfers pile up. One night she asked, "Are we paying for her entire adulthood?" I had no defense, only habit, and the ghost of a boy still hoping usefulness would earn love. I'd even listed my parents as secondary beneficiaries on my policy. Gave Mom a house key for emergencies that became Lila Emergencies. An authorized card. School contacts. Every boundary I tried, Mom weaponized. "You're so cold." Lila's sensitive. Not everyone's like you. Like being responsible was a flaw. Then the blizzard hit. I was returning from wildland training in the high country. Sky split open. Roads vanished. A jackknifed tanker sealed the pass. 9 hours. No movement. I called Sarah. She was stuck at work, shift mandatory. Friends couldn't reach the school. So I called Mom. Mom, I'm trapped. The boys get out soon. Please. Sigh. I'm at the specialist with Lila's cat. It's serious. Order an Uber. Mom, this is a whiteout. My kids. They'll be fine. It's just pickup. You're overreacting. $370. My boys rode with a stranger while Mom posted a smiling photo of the cat in its carrier. Tough day, but worth it for my fur baby. Caption: Love knows no limits. That night, after hugging my shaking sons, I sat in the dark office. Methodical, like filing an incident report. Removed them from the policy. From the phone plan, paid off devices, then cut lines. Changed locks. Erased every access point. No drama. Just done. The fallout was instant. Screaming calls. Lila's accusations of cruelty. Dad's silence. Grandpa Elias came over with coffee and said only, "You protected your own sky." That's not betrayal. That's survival. Years later, the heart attack text arrived. I didn't go, because the truth, the full, brutal twist, is this. 3 days after I cut contact, Grandpa Elias quietly told me something he'd kept hidden. Mom had asked him, months before the storm, to rewrite his will, to leave the family cabin, the one place Dad and I still had memories, to Lila. Because Ethan has a good job. He'll be fine. The cabin where Grandpa taught me to fish, where Dad and I rebuilt an engine one summer. Gone. Because I was fine. Always fine. Until I wasn't. I live with that now. The boys ask about Grandma sometimes. I tell them the truth gently. Some people choose who matters most, and we get to choose who gets to stay close. Sarah and I built something solid. No guilt, no scorekeeping. But some nights, when snow taps the window like it's trying to get in, I wonder if the person who was supposed to choose you chose everything else instead. Would you still open the door? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever had to draw that line? I'll read every one.